Hello and welcome everyone, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can hack your own Macintosh and do something very cool in here. So we're going to be doing two different things here. One, changing our IP address so nobody can actually trace us, and two is get into and hack our own modem and change the actual network name. One of the reasons you want to change the network name, you don't want anybody to go ahead and access your name by naming it whatever you actually want, or maybe you just want to name your Mac network for something unusual. So the first thing you have to do is to go to System Preferences, and we're going to go into a location otherwise known as Network. Pressing on Network, you're going to be seeing the following screen. And the most important thing here is the actual IP address right here. And there's also going to be a network name. When you see the network name, there's going to be other network names as well here. Those are secure and unsecure networks. The bikini guest over here is not secure. There is no lock next to it. Other ones, all of them are secure, but some of them have cool names, some of them don't. So we're going to go and create the coolest name for our own network. So the next thing I'll be doing is pressing on Advanced menu here and going all the way where it says TCP IP, pressing on it once, and then copying and pasting the virtual address right here. So let's go ahead and copy this one and to press on copy. After you press on copy on that one, next thing for us to do is to paste this whole IP address right into Google itself. Before you do that, go ahead and check what kind of modem that you actually have. So you gotta use the correct name for the modem. Every modem has its own password. So let's go and check it out. So right now, what you're doing, going where it says Google, pasting this in, and press on enter. After you're going to be pasting this in, you're going to be seeing a menu that looks very similar like this. I'm using a Motorola device. If you're using a different device, you're going to be seeing that one. What you have to do is to go to Google and look for the password for the same model of actual item that you have and you're using. So since I use Motorola, I just have to go ahead and go to Google, and then you have the same exact router number right after that. And after you do that, it's going to give us two different things. It's going to give us the username, which is admin, and the password, which is going to be Motorola. Now, yours is going to be totally different. Next is using this to hack right into our modem. So let's go ahead and do that. So over here, let's go to admin, type in the password, Motorola, and press on login. So now we are inside. Yeah, right inside the network. Now we can hack our actual network itself. So what you have to do is go ahead and go into the firewall. The first thing you have to do is enable the protection, move it all the way to high, press on apply. Next thing we're going to go into wireless, and in wireless itself, that is exactly the location you want to go to. So we have to do two things here. One, let's go into the guest network. In the guest network itself, go where it says guest network name, and you can change it to whatever you want. So I changed it into mine, but if you want to change yours, you can do so as well. Now, next thing, we're going to go into the primary network. This is what we all been waiting for. And over here, what you have to do is just to go into the network name and put in your own name, whatever you want to name your actual browser to. So that's what you're actually going to be doing. And you can even rename your device name as well. Next thing you can do in order to make sure nobody goes ahead and steals all your information from your hard drive, what you have to do is quite simple. Go where it says security and privacy, press on firewall, turn this on. This specific thing is going to go ahead and lock your actual account and only enable you to access it with your password. Another thing I highly suggest for you to do is to go where it says firewall and turn this on. If it's not on, you're not using protection. So anybody can go ahead and hack into your device from another location, and you definitely don't want this to actually happen. So make sure your firewall is always on. and then go ahead and press on firewall options. With the options itself, you're gonna go into block all incoming connections. So you don't want anybody to spy and try to get into your computer from another location as well. So this is ultimately secures your computer and keeps out hackers away from you. Lastly, you have a privacy section here too. With the privacy section, you don't want to enable any location advice services. You don't want people to know where you are at any given time. Next thing you want to do is to make sure that nobody goes in and access all your contacts. Therefore, you want to uncheck every single one of those. You don't want them to go ahead. Well, this one is okay, but make sure that nobody without permission accesses the contacts that you have in here. And lastly, make sure you lock all those changes so nobody can go ahead and hack into your computer too. That's another very important thing that you have to do when you are securing your specific hard drive. In fact, users and groups section right here, when you're right inside of it, what you're going to be doing is creating an administrative password that's going to keep out anybody out of this specific computer. What you want to do is create guest access for you. So everybody who is a guest can only log in into the guest account. Last thing you want to do is to make sure that your computer is safe-proof from anybody who is going to log in right into it. What you want to do and create, you're going to have the main admin account where you get in and you do whatever you want on this computer. Anyone else has to go and use the guest access.